Hello there in the Dallam-Hartley County Jail.
Dude.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Are you Jade Kohlberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. We're looking for your lawyer. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
I hope they didn't pay for it.
There he is. Mr. Berg, do you see your lawyer there?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Dan, say something so that your screen will come up.
I'm here, Mr. Berg.
I can hear him.
But you cannot see him?
No, it's going between you and then the other lady, ma'am.
I'm here right now, Mr. Berg.
No, there you are. Now I can see him.
Okay, very good.
All right, are we all ready?
I believe
Yes,
so.
sir.
Ready?
Okay, Mr. Berg, it appears that you have two plea agreements, one from Dallam County and one from Hartley County.
Yes, ma'am.
Even though it's going to be repetitious, I'm going to go through both of these individually since they're on two separate in two separate counties and also two separate filings on my computer. So
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
going to begin with calling case number 4905, the state of Texas versus Jade Kohlberg. Is the state ready?
State's ready, Your Honor.
And is the defense ready?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Right, and for the record, sir, are you Jade Kohlberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Berg, you have been charged with burglary of a habitation. That's a second-degree felony. That's punishable by imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for not more than 20 years or less than 2 years. In addition, the court may assess a fine not to exceed $10,000. You were charged with this by indictment. Do you want that indictment read to you, or do you waive the reading of that indictment?
I'll waive the reading of that indictment, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Berg, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. I'm going to ask you how you plead to this charge, guilty or not guilty.
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been coerced or threatened or promised anything to make that plea?
No, ma'am.
Right, Mr. Berg, I have in front of me a document called a felony plea of guilty waiver stipulation and judicial confession. In this document, you waive certain rights, such as the right to trial by jury. You plead guilty and you agree that all of the state's evidence against you is correct. It appears that this document has your signature on it. Did you sign that document?
Yes, ma'am, yesterday.
By signing this document, are you telling the court that you understand everything in that document?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe you understand the consequences of pleading guilty here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Seeloff, have you consulted with your client and advised him of his rights?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Do you believe him to be mentally competent?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you approve of him signing this stipulation before the court?
I do, Your Honor.
Does the state concur in the signing of this stipulation?
State concurs.
All right, Mr. Berg, I'm going to approve this felony plea of guilty waiver stipulation and judicial confession, and I'm going to enter it into the court's record as State's Exhibit Number 1. Ms. Anchondo, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty, the state has agreed to recommend to the court that the court defer further proceedings in this case, place the defendant on community supervision, deferred adjudication for a period of 6 years, a $1,000 fine be assessed. And this is also to run concurrent with the Hartley County case.
Mr. Berg, you've heard the district attorney announce the plea agreement. Is that the plea agreement you reached with her?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Seeloff, do you agree that that was the plea agreement offered to your client?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Berg, I will follow the recommendation of the district attorney's office. and I will defer any finding of guilt at this time, and instead I will place you on community supervision or probation for a period of 6 years. That's a long time, Mr. Berg. Do you believe that you can follow the probation conditions for 6 years?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna hopefully try to get off early though. if
Well,
possible.
good, and I applaud that and work at it. Good
Yes,
for
ma'am.
you. I'm also going to order you to pay a fine of $1,000. And before you leave the jail, I see Katie Koch is also on this Zoom plea hearing with us. Katie, will it be you that he meets with?
Yes, Powers is going to bring everybody from the jail over after we're done with court.
All right. All right, Mr. Berg, then as you've just heard probation tell you, you're going to meet with her after this hearing. She'll go over all of those terms and conditions with you, and then you will be released. Do you have
Okay.
any questions about this order?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's all been pretty much straightforward.
Do you have any, sorry, have you been satisfied with your representation by Mr. Seeloff?
Yes, ma'am.
Has he done everything that you asked him to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, if I can get my computer screen unfrozen, I will move on to the next. All right. I will conclude that hearing and I will call case number 1728H. This again is the state of Texas versus Jade Cole Berg. And Mr. Berg, you've already stated for the record that you are in fact Jade Cole Berg. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And is the state ready to proceed on this case?
State's ready, Your Honor.
And Mr. Seeloff, are you ready to proceed on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Berg, in case number 1728H, you've been charged with possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 1. That's a second-degree felony, so the range of punishment is the same as I previously told you, not more than 20 years or less than 2 years, and a maximum $10,000 fine. You were also charged with this offense by indictment. Do you want that indictment read to you, or do you waive the reading of that indictment?
I'll also waive the reading of that indictment, ma'am.
All right. And again, have you been, you've already stated that you're a U.S. citizen. How do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And again, were you threatened with anything, promised anything, or coerced to make that plea?
No, ma'am.
And I'm looking at the same type of document, the felony plea of guilty, waiver, stipulation, and judicial confession. It again appears that you have signed that document. Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe you are aware of the consequences of pleading guilty to this offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Seeloff, have you consulted with your client in this matter and advised him of his rights?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Do you believe he is mentally competent?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And do you approve of him making this plea before the court today?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Does the state concur in the making of this plea agreement?
State concurs.
Signing of these stipulations?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Berg, I will also approve these stipulations and I will enter them in the court's record as State's Exhibit number 1. Ms. Anchondo, is there a plea agreement in this case?
There is, Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty, the state has agreed to recommend to the court that the court defer further proceedings in this case, place the defendant on community supervision, deferred adjudication for a period of 6 years, a $1,000 fine be assessed, restitution in the amount of $180. This is to run concurrent with the Dallam County cause number 4905.
Mr. Berg, you've heard the district attorney announce that plea agreement. Is that the agreement that you reached?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Seeloff, do you agree that was the plea agreement offered to your client?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Berg, I will follow the recommendation of the district attorney's office in this case also. And I will defer any finding of guilt at this time and place you on probation for a period of 6 years. And as we discussed in the last case, you must, for that 6-year period, follow all of the terms and conditions of probation.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also going to order you in this case also to pay a $1,000 fine and $180 in restitution. And this probation will run concurrently with the probation in case number 4905. Do you have any questions about this order?
No, ma'am, not at all.
And in this case, are you also satisfied with your representation by Mr. Seeloff?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's done everything that you asked him to do.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Berg, you may be excused, and it sounds like Officer Powell is going to take you over to meet with the probation department. Best wishes to you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bye. I don't know how to get off there.
Hello, ma'am. Is there anybody you want next?
Yes, we still need Daniel Gomez Reyes.
Okay, give me just a minute and I'll get him for you.
Very thank you. And I've got Kimball Brandon in the waiting room.
Hold on, please.
You're done, Dan?
Just those 2 hearings we had.
Hold on, purpose.
Pulling it up now.
Daniel, I emailed you on those. I didn't get the notice of hearing, the signed order setting the hearing.
Oh, so I believe I e-filed. Okay,
Yeah, if you e-file it and don't go back into the case, it doesn't kick back the order setting hearing, the signed order.
okay. Can we set the hearing right now then? Is that okay?
No. I don't even know who the people, one of them I know is Casada. Who's the other person?
Victor Vigil.
I don't even remember getting a motion on him.
Yeah, we filed 2 of them. Okay. Well, we'll coordinate with the court then.
And if you'll call me with the potential dates so I can let you know if I'm available or not. Also, I got an email on the docket from Monday from Sherman County that you guys filed a motion to terminate somebody's probation. And I didn't get a copy of that either or notice of a hearing on that.
Okay, I'll make sure that you're CC'd on that from now on.
Yeah, because I need to be present at the hearing also or in agreement with it.
Okay, sounds good, Aaron.
And
All right.
also, Daniel, in case number 4905, Mr. Berg, I only have the first page of the order of deferred adjudication. I don't have pages 2 through 5. I kept trying to scroll down when I was talking to him. I thought my computer froze, but it's just not there.
This is 4905?
Yes, I
I
need
will
the whole
I'll
order and
resubmit
not
that.
just the first page.
Yeah, I'll resubmit that right now, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I did have Kimball Brandon on, but she disappeared. So,
Okay.
Are you Daniel Gomez Reyes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Gomez Reyes, do you speak English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your attorney was present, but something happened to her internet, I think, but she'll be joining us again, I'm sure. So we'll just have to wait a second, okay, until she gets back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Judge, do you mind if I make a quick call while we're waiting on her to log back in?
No, I'm going to get off myself and get a bottle of water. I'll be right back.
Hey, Kimball,
Hello.
was it something we said that you ran on here?
I'm sorry, if you were talking to me, I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Kimball?
I'm about 10 minutes from my office and I'm trying to do this, but I'm just not there yet and I can't hear you guys. I tried to pull over, but I can't hear anything and it keeps freezing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I heard that. Is it possible to just get on in another 10 minutes when I get to the office?
How's everybody else with that?
This is so
Yeah,
frustrating.
I mean, if she can't hear, I don't know that we have a
All
choice.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and then log back in.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm on my way back from Wheeler, but I'm almost back.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Gomez Reyes, can you hold on for 10 more minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, I'm gonna turn off my video, but I'll still be here.
Okay. She said 10 minutes.
It's waiting for 10 minutes. Pardon me.
Sorry about that. His lawyer she's not at her office yet, and she can pick the Wi-Fi up on her cell phone. So she's on her way back to her office, and she said she'll call us as soon as she gets there. If that's going to be a problem as far as y'all just sitting still for 10 minutes.
No, it's okay. It'd be better to leave him in here anyway, rather than put him back up and get him back out.
Okay. I just want to make sure. All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We'll let you know as soon as she gets back. Okay.
Okay.
Like a canned food.
Huh?
Like a canned food. Put him back up and get him back out.
I like those little butter jars. A bunch of stupid stuff in there. You never know what it is.
How long you been here now? A while, huh? Somebody eating candies in here.
Yeah, probably from yesterday. You going to church tonight or what?
Hmm?
You going to church tonight or what?
To what, church?
No,
No,
probably be too packed anyway.
yeah. Can we get red today, maybe? Since it's my last day?
I would just yes, act sad before I get in there.
Hmm?
See if I can get act sad enough.
Say what?
See if you act sad enough.